All right. KO Artist Sports right here with top 140-pound champion right now, actually, Regis Progais. Got it. I wanted to make sure I got it. Man, I was excited to see you here, man. I was telling you kind of off camera, I'm definitely a fan, man. Once I have to say, if anyone's kind of established themselves at 140 right now as the guy since Terrence has left, it's definitely you, man. Tell me about the kind of, I want to say meteoric rise, because I feel like you felt you've been on this level, but at least as far as popularity and things like that, you know what I mean, getting the TV attention. Tell us about that and the attention you're getting now.
Yeah, well, right now it's great, man. Like, people starting to actually notice. The thing is, like, I've been good for a long time, you know, but of course you got to fight certain opponents. So before, you know, my last fight, of course, was Julian Sandongo. I stopped him in the second round, but before that, I fought a dude named Joel Diaz. He's actually from California too. He was a real good fighter. He was 23-0, 19 knockouts, and I stopped him in the second round. And then after that, so people was like, damn, like, that's somebody I first saw that's good. Yeah, like, damn, he's good, because Joel Diaz was like a real good fighter. And then after that, they was like, damn, he's real good. And then, you know, of course, I fought Julius Sandongo, and then it was like, damn, like, he really, you know, like, I guess he really is legit, you know. So, yeah, all the love is, like, great, man. And, yeah, I'm fighting July 14th in New Orleans on ESPN.
Salgado, right?
No, I'm fighting Velasco.
Velasco, I'm sorry. That's
Jose Velasco.
Jose Velasco. July...
Argentina, July 14th.
July 14th on ESPN. On ESPN. Talk us about that, man. That platform, obviously the second time around on ESPN now.
No, this is my first time on ESPN. I fought 5 times on Showtime, on Showbox Showtime. And so this is my first time on ESPN. And it's going to be going into the Manny Pacquiao fight. So I'll be the main event, of course, in New Orleans. But then it's like a doubleheader TV type of thing. So it's going into the Manny Pacquiao fight. So I can't wait. And like, I'm in LA right now, of course, and I'm out here in training camp.
Tell me, man, tell people about your story. You know, they know you're in Houston now, but you're from New Orleans. But tell people how you got there, how that whole thing happened, because it's a pretty incredible story.
Yeah, well, Hurricane Katrina, basically. You know, the whole thing was Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina hit when I was 16, hit New Orleans when I was 16. I had to relocate. I moved around like 17 different times. I was living with, like, people's attics, not attics, people's garages and all that stuff, and living hotels to friend's house and all that. And so we moved to Houston first, then we moved to Mississippi, then we moved to Slidell, which is right outside New Orleans, and then we moved back to Houston. And I've been staying in Houston ever since. So that was like the second time I moved back to Houston. I was 17, and I picked up boxing, like, just picked it up all the way at Savannah's Boxing Club in Houston, real good boxing gym in Houston. And that's kind of the short version of it.
Well, talk about how that made you stronger, I would think, as a fighter, obviously as a human being, just going through that ordeal, but just specifically kind of as a fighter, just you know you're resilient, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's I mean, and the crazy part, like, I've been through 2 hurricanes, like, so far, like, Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in, 2005, and then Hurricane Harvey just hit Houston. Like, I live in Houston now, and Hurricane Harvey just hit Houston, so... Yeah, it's you definitely got to be kind of strong, you know. But, like, one thing I just learned from it, you can't hold on to material things, you know, like, so, because it can be taken away from you so easily. So when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, I think I took like 3 shirts, 2 pair of pants, 1 pair of shoes, a couple of pair of socks, and that was all I had. And that was all I had for, like, months. Like, I really didn't have nothing else for months, because we always thought we was coming back. And, like, a little history on New Orleans. Every summer, it's hurricane season every, like, summer around July, August. So it's going to be coming back again. Right. Hurricane season will be coming back again. So it's always hurricane season around that time. In every hurricane season, they said a big storm is going to happen. Evacuate, leave. And so we did that, like, the previous years, always. And we left and nothing happened. A few trees got knocked over, a few windows got broken, but it wasn't nothing like that. But then what made us leave, the mayor at the time was Ray Nagin. He got on TV and he said it's gonna be like Hurricane Betsy. And Hurricane Betsy was a real bad storm, happened like in my grandma days. And so that's what made us, like, leave. Like, we was like, we gotta get the hell out of here. And so, yeah, we was like, and we left. And luckily, so we left one day before. I think we left on a Sunday or something, and I think it hit a Monday or something like that, I forgot. But that's what made us leave, and we was gone, like, ever since. And it was crazy because we couldn't contact nobody. At that time, you didn't know who was there to live in. I didn't, because I left with, it was me, I have a younger sister, India, My grandma, grandpa, and I had a cousin that was in the car with us, and we was following some cousins to Texas, to Houston. And at that time, I didn't know where my mama was, my daddy, friends. We didn't know what was going on because all the phone, the water's in the city, so all the phone lines are gone. You can't contact nobody. And yeah, man, it was rough, the first couple of months. But at the same time, I was in high school when it happened, and I went to 5 different high schools because of that. I moved all around because of that, 5 different high schools. And so yeah, it was a wild experience, but it definitely make you stronger. Going through that type of stuff when you're young, 16, 17 years old, going through that stuff, it definitely makes you a lot stronger.
No, I mean, and it's a testament to how you fight too. Obviously, you fight like. You know what I mean? Like, let's go, because I've been to the bottom. You know what I've been to have. Now, that's an incredible story, man. Thank you for sharing that. Let's talk about your division. Obviously, it was kind of broken wide open once Terrence left because he had all the belts, so now everyone needs to become a champion. You took care of Ndongo. People don't remember that you were supposed to fight Postal that day. Postal, I think, had a hurt hand or something like that. He pulled out.
He said he broke his thumb. Yeah, he said he broke his thumb, and then they replaced Julius Ndongo. And my whole thing out, Lou DeBell is my promoter, and I told him, like, give me a good fighter, because, of course, in boxing fans, we already know how the boxing fans go. They say you fight bums, and they say you fight. So I want to fight good people, I want to fight undefeated fighters. I want to fight somebody that's good. And Ndongo was perfect, Victor, both of them was perfect, but Ndongo was even better because he was a unified champion. He had 2 belts. He actually had 3, but the 2 major belts he had, and he went overseas and got his belt. He went to other people's hometowns and got the belts. He knocked out somebody, then he made a unanimous decision against somebody else. So I just want to make sure, like, I want to fight somebody. And so when they told me I was gonna fight Ndongo, I was like, cool, like, let's do it. Like, and they told me like a long time in advance, so he would have excuse. He got ready. I just had to switch up my sparring partners, and that was it. And like I said, I stopped him around before Terrence Crawford.
I was just gonna ask, man. I know it's around before Terrence. Was that a little kind of feather in the cap? Like, yeah, like
it was. Well, I just want to make statement fights. That was all. With the Joe Diaz fight, I made a statement. And a lot of people, and then people saying, oh, maybe he's just a power puncher. But if people go to my first showbox fight, I threw over like, I think it was like over, I broke a showbox record for throwing the most punches. I got hit a few times, and so people couldn't say I don't have a chin. I threw a lot of punches. I boxed my ass off, so I played a lot of defense. And then after that, Steve, I always talk to Steve about this. Steve Farhood, the announcer on Showtime, he said, well, I don't think he has power. So the next fight, I fought a dude named Abel Ramos. He was another, both undefeated. Amos Corjo was undefeated. Abel Ramos was undefeated. So everybody was thinking he's going to beat me. Abel Ramos was going to beat me. I stopped him in the 8th round. And so they were saying, then Steve said, well, I think he has more power, but I still don't see the big power like that, because my record before I started fighting before the showbox, I think I was 14-0 with 12 knockouts or something like that. My first showbox fight. Yeah, so, but they nobody never seen it because I didn't fight on TV before. So they were saying maybe he didn't fight nobody. So I was saying, all right. So then, then after that, I fought a dude named Aaron Herrera. Now, granted, this is the Aaron Herrera that he fought Brandon Rios. I think he went 10 rounds with Brandon Rios. He fought Jesse Vargas, went the distance with Jesse Vargas. I knocked him out in the first round. First round, knocked it on showbox. First round. People don't remember that though because it was 1 round. It wasn't no battle. They won. He was supposed to give me a tough fight. 1 round, got him out. Then after that, I got hurt for a little while. I got a injury in sparring, so I had to sit out for a while. So of course, boxing fans, they forget you. That's cool. And so then I came back. And then I fought like off TV twice, and then I came back with the Joe Diaz fight and then the Ndongo fight. And now they say, oh, he's just a power puncher. But I told Steve, like, what happened to all the earliest when you said, oh, he's a great boxer, but he doesn't have power. Now he's saying like, damn, you got a lot of power. So with me, I'm just showing people. I can show people so many different things. That's my main thing. You never know what you're gonna get with me. You're definitely gonna see an exciting fight, but you never know what's gonna happen because I'm gonna show you whatever I want to do. Whatever I feel like doing that night, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll show you.
I gotta say, man, I remember you telling Steve that. I think on one of the post-fight interviews. I remember, and I'm glad you did it, because to be honest, when I heard you say that, I was like, yo, I like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of liked it. He was like, yo, I remember. You know what I mean? What you said? Like, what do you kind of
remind him? I definitely gotta remind him every time. You know, me and Steve, we cool and stuff like that. But I always gotta remind him, because he was saying, you know, he doesn't have the big power, and now, damn, he really has big power. You know, so they don't know what I would bring out.
Yeah, you're a chameleon, man. You're still showing people, which as you should be. You know what I mean?